Today I'm going to be talking about what I do when I experience anxiety or depression. Whether you have normal anxiety about going to a job interview, or you're like me and you have anxiety about how much anxiety you have. Anxiety and depression are hard, and that can often lead to not being able to go out and do normal things like you would normally, not being able to see friends, not being able to see family. It's just not fun. All the coping mechanisms I'm going to show you are things that I use all the time, that I've learned throughout my years of counseling. And of course, I am not a counselor. I am not a licensed professional. If you're really struggling and having trouble, I definitely recommend that you go see a professional. I'm gonna be giving you some tips and tricks that I use to cope with my anxiety and depression. So let's get to it. Playing video games. Now this seems really silly if you're not a person who likes video games. I think that video games are the perfect distraction. It's so much better than distracting yourself with something that's inappropriate like drugs or alcohol. It helps immediately. You're automatically invested in this story or invested in this game so much that you don't have time to think about all of the things that you're probably just overthinking about. I find that sometimes when I'm depressed, I don't even want to play video games because I'm so depressed and I don't want to move. My mood increases tremendously and I forget whatever it is that I was depressed or anxious about. And yeah, I love cleaning when I'm anxious. This seems really weird, but my favorite thing to do when I am freaking out about things or I am sad is to clean up my space and listen to a podcast while I do it. So I normally do this when I'm doing my laundry. My favorite podcasts right now are the Mile Higher podcast and the Jenna Julian podcast, obviously. But there's also true crime stuff. There's really something for everyone. Having a clean environment really helps. When I'm anxious and everything around me is messy, I get even more anxious because everything around me is so messy. So it definitely reduces that aspect of it. If you don't like cleaning, then this might not be for you. Putting on some music. Now, don't put on music that is so depressing you're just gonna fall more into your depression, because I do that a lot. I put on some music that's like, I hate myself and I wanna die. I'm like, the same, and it really doesn't help. Not saying you have to listen to super happy stuff. Putting on music really helps you get out of your own head. I don't know, it just makes me feel really happy no matter what the music is. I just kind of feel, no, I'm grooving. I don't really have time to think about how sad I am. I love music. I've always loved music. Listening to music, just to me, it makes me feel more understood. It makes me feel less alone. Music definitely helps with that. Drink some water. When I am sad or when I'm anxious and I'm just in my head, I neglect myself completely. I don't drink water, I don't eat, I just stay in my bed in a ball, not doing anything. This is not good for you. Drink some water. I guarantee you, you're gonna feel so much better. You need to take care of yourself, and I know it's hard. It's so hard, but it's definitely necessary and it helps in getting rid of it. Meditate. Now, meditation isn't for everyone. I am totally aware of that. I know that some people don't think they can meditate. They don't really vibe with meditation. It makes you focus on your breathing. And when I am anxious especially, I just don't breathe. I am just constantly holding my breath, and meditation kind of forces you to breathe, to relax. And sometimes that's all you need. Like sometimes you just need a deep breath. Even if it's not meditation, even if you just stop for a second and breathe, that'll help. Play with your pet or pet your pet. Salem is my baby, as you know from the last video. He is always there when I am sad or anxious, and he just sits next to me. It legitimately helps you to feel relief and feel happier. Pet your animal, train your animal, even if you are playing with your animal, like if you have a dog, I have a dog. Sometimes just to get out of my head, I concentrate solely on her and she makes me feel happy. Definitely train your dog, pet your cat. Do a hobby. Do something that you like to do, whether that's art or music or crocheting. Sometimes it's just nice to lose yourself in something like that. When I'm sad, like I said, I don't want to move, but if you can just push yourself to get up, it'll make you feel better. If you're doing something that you love, it will definitely make you feel better. Self-care. It's so easy to neglect yourself during this period of time when you're going through intense emotions. Taking care of yourself for you, taking care of yourself because you love yourself, that is just a push in the right direction. Do a face mask, wash your face, give yourself a pedicure, do your nails. All of that just, it seems superficial, but you're kind of tricking your body into loving yourself. I'm going to take care of myself because I love myself, and that just kind of happens while you're doing it. It really reminds you that you love yourself, or that at least you're trying, like all of us. Exercising. It is super duper important. People love the feeling of going out for a run or getting on the treadmill. But for me, I always, if I'm depressed or anxious, I get into toxic thought. For example, if I do heavy workouts or super intensive cardio, I feel like I have to push myself and go faster and faster because I need to lose weight, because society made me think that I need to lose weight. I am just body shaming myself. That's not helping my depression. That's making it worse. So you ask, Faith, if exercise is good for you, but when you exercise, you get depressed, like what? I do less intensive stuff like yoga. I absolutely love yoga. It helps me because I have fibromyalgia, and yoga is amazing for fibromyalgia. It just helps me a lot to get out of my bed, to move my body in a way that doesn't lead me to that toxic thought process. Also, walking. Walking is something simple that we do every day, and if it doesn't trigger you, then I think it is a great thing for you to do. That's just a little bit of exercise to get your body moving and remind yourself that you love yourself, and that's why you exercise. Journal. I have been really bad at journaling lately, but every time that I do journal, it just makes me feel so much better. Like sometimes you just get a pen, get a paper, and write out all your feelings, and you're like, damn, I didn't know I had all those feelings. Sometimes it's important just to get all of your thoughts out. That really helps to give them less power in a way. When you're writing them all out, you're in a way releasing those thoughts, and it definitely gets a weight off your chest. I definitely recommend pen and paper. It just feels better to me. Talk to a friend or family member. This one can be hard. Sometimes you don't want to talk to anyone, but when you are alone, you're just kind of feeding that negativity. You're just feeding it because there's nothing to distract you. You do not have to talk about your feelings. That is not what I'm saying. Of course you can. Just talk to someone, anyone, about anything. That'll help you to be a little more distracted and a little less in your head. Finally, get outside. Being outside just helps so much. Even if you are just walking your dog, go to the grocery store, go to the library, go anywhere, just go outside. I think that being around other people reminds me that my feelings aren't the end of the world. There are so many people on this earth, there are so many things to do, so many places to see. Depression and anxiety aren't my ending state. I still have so many things to do, so many things to see. Life is hard. Life is weird and strange, and being a person is just strange and weird. Sometimes that gets to you. It's okay. It's definitely okay to feel your feelings. It's just important to remember that you're not gonna stay that way. You're not gonna stay in a constant state of depression or anxiety. It's going to get better, as cheesy as that sounds. But yeah, those are my tips and tricks on what I do when I am depressed and anxious, which is always. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that if you are going through this right now, that you just remember that things will get better. And yeah, if you want more content like this, let me know, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.